the number 9 in math and myth shows it surrounding or enclosing and binding the essential elements of any event into a whole. It represents the zenith of possibilities for number and the full duration of measure. This is all about the hypocephalus, number and measure and infinity. This is the principle of the cosmic infinite atonement that the Book of Mormon speaks of. We've gone beyond into the infinities, you see. The final Pythagorean number 9, as the fulfillment of the Ennead, completes the archetypes that manifest the forms and processes of nature. And this is our entire panel, 5, 6, and 7, that I've talked about earlier. As if after 9 months in the womb we are now ready for birth into life beyond, with 9 we exhaust the world's powers. We are now ready for birth into life beyond which we have known. What remains for us is to go beyond the horizon, beyond the realm reachable by number and measure. That's the great infinite. This is why our hypocephalus has 10 compartments. This is my speculation, but it's beautifully symbolized. Not only number symbolism, but pictorial symbolism as well. It all ties in rather remarkable with Odin and the Yggdrasil, which Wainwright equated with Min's pole and the Asherah pole, which I'm trying to elaborate on. This has kind of been a side diversion, but a very, very remarkably instructive one based upon our understanding our facsimiles. And wouldn't you know it, as a part of 9, there are 3 facsimiles in the Book of Abraham. And again, I promise I'm working my way back to the Asherah, but this number 9 directly ties into our facsimile figure 7 again. John Anthony West in his Serpent in the Sky, The High Wisdom of Ancient Egypt. Yet again, I'm quoting from him, page 55. The Grand Ennead, which is a group of 9, emanates from the absolute or the central fire, in the terminology of Pythagoras, very important early philosopher of number symbolism. The 9 netters, the principles, circumscribed about 1, that is, about the absolute. See, this is the ancient Pythagorean tetractys, the triangle, 1 at the point, 2 on the next line, 3 on the next, and 4 on the final, that equals 10. But you take away the central point, and you have 9, which is the triangle. Again, a trinity, of course. And wouldn't you know, you have a trinity. Min, the seated figure on the throne, the Wedjat eye, and Nekeb Tau presenting that Wedjat eye. There's amazing materials to connect. Well, anyway, I'm getting beside myself. The 9 netters, the principles, circumscribed about 1, which represents the absolute, of course. This becomes both 1 and 10. This is the symbolic analog of the original unity. It is repetition, the return to the source. The return to the source is another definition of the at-one-ment, the atonement. Christ returns us to the Father through the at-one-ment, the fusing of the divine with the human, and the human with the divine. And I'll get to that. It's in the New Testament powerfully. Well, in Egyptian mythology, this process is symbolized by, guess who? Horus, the divine son who avenges the murder and dismemberment by Set of his father Osiris. Horus Min is our figure 7. He is combined with Min. Horus is represented. This unification, this return to the source, is brought about by Horus. Well, again on page 59, the serpent, seemingly a unity, is dual in expression, both verbal and sexual, dual and divisive by nature, you see. But duality, and for that matter intellect, is not only a human, but it is a cosmic function. Always the cosmos. Everyone's bringing out this cosmos principle now. And he continues, West says, there is a higher and a lower intellect. Thus, symbolically, there is the serpent that crawls, and the higher intellect, that which allows man to know God, the heavenly serpent, the serpent in the sky. Now, the Egyptians knew perfectly well that snakes don't fly, but there is a deep meaning to their placing the serpent in the air under specific circumstances. Very interesting here. And the serpent figure is presenting the wedge-shot eye to the min Horus, who is symbolic of God sitting on his throne and things being revealed through the heavens. This is the heavenly serpent. This is the serpent in the sky we're seeing in our figure. So, well, Asherah and the tree. Back to Asherah, to my original idea. And not yet even, because Simo Parpola, he wrote a remarkable study in the Journal of Near Eastern Studies for 1993, volume 52, number 3, and he called it the Assyrian Tree of Life, tracing the origins of Jewish monotheism and Greek philosophy. And the remarkable principle that he shows in this article, above all else, is that each and every one of the Kabbalah Tree of Life Sephiroth, there's 10 of them, there are 10 spheres on the Kabbalistic Tree of Life. Each one of these has an exact correspondence, not only through function and identity, but even linguistic meaning to the ancient Assyrian Tree of Life found on many cylinder seals. These date back to 700 to 800 BC. Now, the Kabbalah as such, the texts of the Kabbalah are late. The Sefer Yetzirah, they say anywhere from the 1st to 2nd century A.D. is when it was put together. The Bahir came about 600 or 700 A.D., and then the magnificent tome, the Zohar, it came about 1200s. And this is the time of the rise of the King Arthurian legends and the Holy Grail, the search for the Holy Grail. This became the rise of, it was a great surge of spirituality everywhere. And now for him to find ancient principles associated with the Kabbalah Tree of Life, because the Kabbalah Tree of Life is all about balance, and the principal idea here is the microcosm and the macrocosm. Man has the universe in him. See the Dalai Lama's new book, The Universe in a Teacup. This principle, we are the universe, and the universe is us. There is a cosmic man, Adam Kadmon, because we are made after the image of God. And the idea that these trees of life are concerning the joining of the male deity and the female deity. And this is symbolized, of course, by we humans joining together sexually and in marriage and in love and brotherhood and hope and our prayers as male and female. It is the unification of that which has been separated. It is the at-one-ment. That is what the Tree of Life is all about, the Tree of Life, see. So that this idea, I just wanted to share that the principles of the Kabbalah Tree of Life are now being found to have very ancient precedents that hasn't been understood before. Everyone keeps saying, well, it's a medieval text. Yes, it is, but the ideas in it are anything but medieval. Well, now, in Ananda K. Kumaraswamy, The Door in the Sky, Kumaraswamy on Myth and Meaning. This is from the Princeton University Press, 1997. He notes in his Janua Seelai on page 11, a conception of the world tree in which the trunk, it is also the sun pillar, it is also the sacrificial post. See, Christ and the cross, this idea of the world tree, the axis, Christ was on a tree. He rules from the tree. Margaret Barker noted in one of her studies, I'll